Well, we're just sitting around in Robb Strandlund's living room. You may have seen Robb's name on an Eagles album. He's a songwriter and singer. My name is Bob Warford. I've had one of these gadgets for 7 or 8 years now. To me, the value of the thing is not in making a guitar sound like a steel guitar, but it's in adding a kind of fluidity to your playing that you just can't get playing by hand. I'll try to show you a couple of intros and maybe a break or so. That was an intro you could use for something like I Fall to Pieces, country songs of that type. That was in C. Got to break that down a little bit, I guess. You'd start in that really fretting your fourth and third strings of the 10th fret, and second string at the 8th, and using the mechanism to raise that like that. Now that's fretting the first at the 8th, using the mechanism. Now going up 2 frets, same position. And that's just dropping the position back 2 frets, and the note carries back. Okay, now you're briefly at regular A position at the 5th. Now fret the 2nd at the 8th, and the first bar the 1st and 2nd at the 6th. That's a pull off. It's a pull off on the 2nd. There it is. Now you're going back up to that beginning F position again. Now you just drop in the 4th string 1 fret. Keep the rest of the position. Use the mechanism. Now you're going down, and that's just the first position you used, except down at the 5th fret, and using the mechanism to stretch it into a C chord. I guess some people would be interested in getting this thing because they sort of want to be steel guitar players. This will not turn your guitar into a cheap steel. It shouldn't, because you're not going to be able to compete as far as steel guitar types of licks.
No, I see it as a whole new concept myself.
You can't try to do the same thing as somebody with 14 floor pedals and 4 knee levers and everything.
Yeah, there's no way you're going to get on stage and push a steel player off with a guitar, because a steel is a steel and a guitar is a guitar. But it's just that sound that you can't possibly get any other way without a quarter. Called the Roadmaster. We can break that down. It's a little different. Start that at with the first string at the 15th and the 2nd at the 13th. And then as you drop off, as you let the mechanism down, run your first finger on your 2nd string down there to the 10th. And then use the mechanism to bring it back up. Then that's the 1st at the 12th. Now you're going to run your first finger on the 2nd string all the way down to the 6th, and let off the mechanism there. It gives you the 7th. Okay. Now you're going to fret the 3rd at the 7th fret there. Keep your 2nd string at the 6th fret, and that's a pull off from the 8th to the 6th, using the mechanism at the same time. Just ending in a regular G at the 3rd. The main thing is the fluidity of that thing as it runs down, so that you're using the mechanism to let the string drop at the same time as you're sliding your hand down the neck to a new position.
Well, what other hot licks can you play for us?
Well, let's see. Well, you're talking about crossing licks. There's of course that.
And you're hitting the half tone on that just by feel, then, aren't
Yeah,
you?
you're really crossing. You're letting the pedal off gradually, so it will cross at the right time, and hammering on the. Well, if you're in a G position at the 3rd fret, you'll be playing the first string at the 3rd, the second string at the 6th, with the neck down. So you got the same note. Then as you let the neck off, hammer on your first string to the 4th, and then to close the lick, pick the first string at the 5th fret and the second string without the mechanism on at all.
So you get that counterpoint effect that you can't get unless you use a steel guitar or a string bender.
Just about. You can use it. You can do that also, of course, anywhere on the neck. So.
And that is feeling the half tone with a pedal. It's smooth enough. When I say the pedal, I mean the string bender.
Mm-hmm.
Here's some more of that messing around that you do there, Bobby. Times I'll hear you. Clarence used to do it quite a bit, I know, and I know you picked it up too. But I'll hear you chime a couple notes and then pull it up with a bender.
Oh yeah, well you can hit a harmonic at the 5th fret on your 3rd string and 2nd string, and then raise the 2nd that way, so you get a kind of effect. Of course, you can do one of those at a time by pushing on the string above the nut. It gets a little bit hectic if you're trying to do that and keep playing, however. So you can let off the harmonic at the same time you keep on playing.
Incidentally, I don't know if it'll be of any help, but if anybody wants any help with any particular licks that have been on record, write to Gene, man, and he'll let me know. If I can answer it and come up with anything, I'll write back to you or something, give you some idea of the positions to use. Hopefully you won't need that, but in case, go ahead and write. I will give you a kind of rough approximation of a solo I did for Ronstadt on the Heart Like a Wheel album. I'm not going to break it down. Most of the positions in it are positions you've just heard on this record. And give you a kind of intermediate step to work on.